Hey guys, it's Kevin again. This is going to be another movie review for you guys. Now, this movie I'm going to be reviewing, I didn't really have any expectations for. My friend Kane LaPlante, aka Kid of Awesome, he reviews movies. He recommended this movie to me, and he really liked it. Actually, ended up on it. It's actually on his top 10 list for the best movies of the year. And I really wanted to see this movie, and I kept like slacking off on it, but I finally decided I would watch it. And you guys can actually watch it right now on Amazon Prime for free. If you guys have Amazon Some Video, you can watch it right now. If you have Prime, that is. But that movie is Life After Beth. Now, I didn't really know anything about this movie. All I knew was the cast. I knew the cast looked really good. I knew it was A24, who's been making nothing but amazing movies lately. And I was definitely really looking forward to this movie. So, after watching it, what I think of Life After Beth, the first two-thirds of this movie, I thought this movie was amazing. I really loved the first two-thirds of this movie. I really liked it. But then, when we got to the third half of this movie, like, the first two halves I really liked, but then when we got to the third half of this movie, I really started to lose interest, and I really had some problems with it. Overall, though, I really did enjoy Life After Beth. Let's get to the plot of Life After Beth. The plot of Life After Beth, basically, we focus on this guy, Zach, played by Dane DeHaan. Now, he is very remorseful because he just lost his girlfriend, Beth, while they were on a hike for, she died from a snake bite. And the last thing that she said to him was that she wanted to break up with him and everything. So he's very remorseful, he really wants, he really is upset about what's happened to her, and he's kind of concerned about the last words, and he doesn't want to let her go, pretty much. He gets closer with her parents, Mari and Jeannie, as like a source of comfort. Mari is also a mess because the last words she said to him was that she hated him and everything. But then one day, Zach is looking through an attic, and he sees that, he thinks he sees, basically, he thinks he sees through the door, there's Beth, and she's completely fine. It's almost as if nothing happened to her. It's almost as if she didn't, she doesn't even remember if she wanted to break up with him. It almost is like he got a second chance with her. However, as the movie goes on, we clearly see that she has a lot of mood swings, and he very slowly starts to realize that she is actually a zombie. And that's basically the plot of Life After Beth. Now, let me talk about what I liked about this movie. First of all, this movie was very good. The first two halves of this movie I really liked, but let's get to the acting of this movie. Now, the first person I'm going to talk about is actually a problem I had the thing I had a problem with the movie, and that was Aubrey Plaza as Beth. The first two halves of this movie, she was amazing. I loved her character. I thought she was very well done. I love that she didn't remember really anything that had happened. It's almost as if, nothing bad happened to Beth. I thought her character was definitely very, very good. Another thing that, this movie does, we don't see the relationship between them. We don't get to see what happened before Beth died, and I like the movie did that because it's more of, this can happen to anyone, and it's very sudden, and I like the movie did that. But she was very good as Beth. However, when she started overreacting and getting those zombie-like symptoms, I really felt she was overacting to the point where I completely lost interest in the movie. Anytime she was, throwing a fit, I was like, oh no, here we go again. And a lot of people have said this movie's a parody. I really would not say that because the first two halves of this movie, they want you to take seriously. There are a lot of parts in this movie. So think of the first half of this movie, they really want you to take it seriously. And I did. And when she started turning to a zombie and everything, I didn't really like the tonal change they did when she started doing that, and I didn't really enjoy it. Aubrey Plaza, and I think it's because she's never done a role like this before. However, besides all those parts where she wasn't, all those mood swings, when she was just her normal self, I thought she was very, very good. Now, Dane DeHaan as Zach was fantastic. This is Dane DeHaan's best performance, and honestly proves that he has a career. I think the more movies that Dane DeHaan is going to do, he's going to get better and better. I mean, he was very good in Chronicle. He was amazing in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and this is by far his best performance. He really, when he sees that Beth is alive, he wants to get a second chance with her because he wants to make everything right. He doesn't want her to get to that point where she wants to break up with him. So he really wants to try to make everything right with her again, but you can see as time goes on that he knows that something is clearly not right, and he really does not want to let her go, and I think he portrayed all of that very, very well. And, a lot of the movies about letting go and trying to forget about past relationships, how you handle things like that. And I think Dane DeHaan just handled all that very, very perfectly. He was by far the best performance in the movie, and he was amazing. I thought he was great. John C. Reilly as Mari, I thought was really good. I mean, he wasn't amazing, but I thought he still did a very good job. I like that he was so, protective of Beth, and she didn't know why, but he was, protective of her because he didn't want her to, he didn't want anyone else to see her. I thought that was good. I really enjoyed that. And I like the bonding between Zach and Mari. I definitely really enjoyed that. Honestly, Mari was more of a father figure to Zach than his own father was. It really seemed that way. But I think it's because Zach just didn't really want to let Beth go. Molly Shannon as Jeannie was very good. Nothing really much to say there. Zach's parents, Judy and Noah, played by Cheryl Hines and Paul Reiser, I thought they were really good. At points, they were really funny, but I thought, they have no idea what's going on. When like, Beth comes back to the zombie, they have no idea what's going on. I love that they had, like, no idea what's going on. I thought that was very funny. I definitely really enjoy that. But someone I definitely want to point out is Matthew Gray Goldbler as Kyle. I thought he was great. He was really, really funny in the movie. He perfectly is just trying to be the older brother who really is just so annoying and everything. He's really, really funny, and I just thought he had really great comedic timing. Honestly, out of everyone in the cast, he really had the best comedic timing. And I thought he really was the funniest. He really was great in the movie. And I very quickly want to talk about Anna Kendrick as Erica, who is always fantastic, and she is also one of the hottest actresses working today. I'm just going to say she probably is my celebrity crush, but Anna Kendrick in this movie was really, really good. Her character, I really liked her character. She's basically the girl that Zach is trying to get into a relationship with while he's trying to get over Beth, pretty much. And I liked her character, definitely. She plays Erica, and I thought she was definitely a very, very good character. And I like the chemistry between her and Dane DeHaan. They were very, very good. And I actually want to see the two of them possibly do a movie together. I really want to see them do maybe a romantic movie together. I think they would be very, very good with that. And now a lot of people are saying Anna Kendrick is just doing musicals now. This proves she's not. This proves that and I like what Anna Kendrick's trying to do. She's basically trying to do everything. She's trying to test herself as an actress and is trying to do as many things possible, seeing what she is capable of. And I like that she's doing that, because when an actress tries to do that, when actor or actress tries to do that and tries to, like, spread out their genres, you can really tell they're very dedicated to their work, and I think Anna Kendrick definitely is very dedicated to her work. Now, the directing by Jeff Baena. I thought his directing was very good, but it did have a few problems. First of all, the tonal change I did not really like. There's some movies when they change tones that it works. This movie really did not work for me when the tone changed. I think the director knew what he wanted to do. He knew he was making a weird movie, but the movie was not weird till the third half, and it really just got a little too weird for my taste. It really did. I think the directing was kind of off at times. The screenplay definitely was very off. There were times when the lines they were saying, I didn't know if I was supposed to laugh or not, and that's an issue with me, when you don't know if you're supposed to laugh. But there were times when, like, they were taking the movie too serious. There were times when they were taking the movie seriously, but then there were times when it was supposed to be funny. I didn't know if it was really supposed to be funny. So I really had a few problems with the screenplay, and I think the screenplay was kind of all over the place. Cinematography, I thought, was really, really good, actually. The zombie blood looked really good. The makeup for Aubrey Plaza when she turned into a zombie, I thought that was very well done. I definitely really enjoyed that. The editing was very good. This movie went by very quickly, definitely. I mean, it's 89 minutes, so it went by very quickly. I thought the editing was definitely very good, and I really liked the editing in the movie. The score to the movie, I also really liked. I liked the score. I thought the score was very well done. Now, let me talk about my favorite part of this movie, which is actually in the spoilers. If you guys have not seen Life After Beth, I am going to talk very quickly about spoilers. So, of course, Zach, you knew he was going to do this. You knew this was going to happen. Beth finally goes on that hike, and I like that they kept referencing it, because every time, we know why they didn't want her to go on that hike, because when she went on the hike, that's when she died. So when he said, we're going to go on a hike, I'm like, he's going to kill her. I knew it, because, like, just think about it. He was slowly just getting tired of her. He wanted to be in that relationship with Erica. He really did. So he's crying and everything. And the scene where he had to shoot her in the head honestly remind me of The Walking Dead when Carol had to shoot Lizzie. It really was as emotional as that. I think it was very well done, and probably my favorite scene in the movie, honestly. I think when he shot her, it was very, very well done. It shows that, yeah, he did love her, but he knew that, she was dead, and now she had to be put down because he finally gotten over her. And honestly, him shooting her basically shows that, yeah, he's over her now, and I thought that was very, very well done. I love the movie ends with him asking Erica on a date, because it really shows that, yeah, now he's going to move on. He's going to try to pursue a relationship with Erica, and I thought that was very, very well done. I definitely really enjoyed that, and I like that they did that, definitely. Also, Mari, of course, he did die. I was surprised they killed off Mari. I really was. I mean, it does make sense, but I was surprised that Maury died, definitely. When he left Beth's scarf on her tombstone, it also was showing that he was over her. And a lot of the movie, one of the things I love about the movie are the deep messages of us getting over a loved one. It's sort of like how we always, worry about how we ended things. You know, they always say the last conversation, you know, always live every conversation, always end every conversation like it's your last. And I think they ended that. Those messages were handled very, very well. You know, it's a lot about the regret one has with coping with death. And I definitely think they did that very, very well. You know, Zach definitely had a very hard time coping with Beth's death. And I think that was probably, honestly, the best handled thing in this movie. They handled it all very, very well. Now, let's get to the part where they changed tones. I do really quickly want to talk about why it bothered me so much. When the movie turned into a full-on parody and started to just become a really silly movie about zombies, I was like, I don't like this, because I like that it was a deeper sort of movie about death, but then it kind of turned into a movie about zombies, and sort of just like zombies are taking over the world and there's like an apocalypse going on. I thought that honestly was kind of ridiculous. If there were not as many people, you know, if Zach and that started like an apocalypse and it was only Beth that was a zombie, I could have understood that, but having all these other people suddenly turn into zombies, having all these people be zombies all of a sudden, I thought was just really stupid and didn't really make sense to me. I did think Kyle was very funny, that he was trying to, like, stop him. I thought that was very funny, but the way they just handled it, it did not work for me, and it felt very off, definitely. It seemed like everything else in the movie was not building up to that. It seemed like everything else in the movie was, like, much deeper than that, and it really made the movie a little bit lower than I wanted it initially to be. But that's basically my review of Life After Beth. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I would recommend this movie. It is definitely a rental. It's not something that everyone's going to like. I think the Kid of Awesome, you know, Caden LaPlante, aka Kid of Awesome, liked this a lot more than me. He's actually watching this video right now. You liked it more, right, Caden? Yeah, he's right, Caden?